Nope,
prior to
now it's slowing. Hold on.
prior to building permit?
Like this much more to go. Well.
I'm going to call the July 6th County Administrative Board meeting to order. The first item on our agenda is to approve the minutes of the meeting. Anyone have any comments or questions regarding those minutes? Nope. Then someone like to make a motion that we approve those minutes. Somebody for a second? Charlie, okay. Next, we move on to, all in favor? All in favor? Any opposed? Next, we move on to amending green subdivision public hearing. Welcome back, guys. We are almost there. Believe it or not. I just want to note that this is not a public hearing today. There was a typo on our agenda, but no public hearing. Just you guys. So, I'd like to kind of fill us in, let us know where you are in the process of getting to the final.
Let me first start. My name is Kulhep Sergi. I Marathon Engineering. I'm filling in for Rich Teedy as he's been here for the majority of these project meetings. He's out of the office this week, so but I am familiar with the plan, so I'm here to jump right in. So the latest plans submitted were the final section one of my plans. There was no major changes to the plans from preliminary. There are some minor tweaks in addressing some comments that we had received, including shifting some drainage inlets in the gutter away from some sanitary sewer that was across the road. That was one of them. Leveling out the crest in the road right before that's 1 and 30, just to lengthen that vertical curve, and various other just changes and comments, technical stuff.
And how did you make out with some of the conditions that were set forth for the final to head towards the final approval?
Usual preliminary conditions that were set.
Preliminary conditions,
So,
did you make out three of those?
Yep, I think the first three were kind of along the same lines, just addressing the comments. Place. Another one was zoning language for the plat, which that was added, and then the last one was written a plan forward for the dedication.
I know that you guys have the letter of intent from the amendment foundation.
Yes.
You're moving ahead with that, so you're just on their timetable for that.
Yeah,
correct?
we're gonna discuss it, to the letter of intent, so we got a few things to discuss. And should be doing that next week.
Okay, and then they said in their letter that they're, is it part of the due diligence time now, while you're asking the questions, you don't have to wait for, get all the questions answered and then start the due diligence.
Yep.
All right. Anyone else have any questions or anything that they would like to address? Yes.
Have you thought about going back to DEC on this green card? Revisiting that, remove it, I know the state all rules and that.
It would not be possible to remove the rain garden really. The rain garden or bioretention is there to meet the DEC's green infrastructure requirements, where they basically want you to treat the water before it's held, and then they want to get it in the ground some way or another. with this site, there's limited options or availability to do that. Fire retention are becoming a norm.
Do they do like the soil test samples? Is there request for this right there?
Yep, we have to test the soil prior to design, to determine areas that are suitable for infiltration practices. And that was part of the design work here, but, and then the soil, but the bioretention itself is a imported soil mix. We bring in a suitable soil that will infiltrate. That's a spec by the soil mixture that is known to infiltrate well.
Do you have available the maintenance of that?
Yeah, that was, I think, one of the code enforcement officer's comments, and we had gone back and forth a little bit, corresponding with him on providing him some budgetary information. The New York State DEC has a maintenance manual, and in there they have a section on budgeting for stormwater practices, and it provided some budgetary information.
We didn't do those guidelines on the plan. Where, okay, it's reported somewhere.
Yep, it's it'll be reported in the SWIP, stormwater maintenance pollution prevention plan. That there's various maintenance procedures that you have to should be followed.
I know that this afternoon we heard from our highway superintendent. And he was still a little concerned and not quite sure how this maintenance is all going to work. He wanted to reach out to our town engineer, possibly you guys, maybe some local towns to see that have these systems up and running to see how they would how they operate them and how they maintain them. So he was very concerned about that his questions were still seemed a little unanswered. So we quickly spoke and we thought maybe that could just be a condition of final approval.
Sure.
That his,
Wow, yeah.
that his questions be answered satisfactorily before the final, it does have a signature line anyway, but I'd hate for it to get to the point where there's the
That's fine.
signature line, and he suddenly hits all his questions, so.
Yeah, so we can work and find some other towns that are doing this, they come up with a budget, they put all this a line item on the third lots that we pay for maintaining storm systems, so we can try to find some other towns that will interact with towns. And I'm sure Lavelle's got some experience with that.
I'm sure that they, did you want to pipe in there, did you have anything to say about that, Jason, do you have any?
No, I spoke to Don earlier today, and mentioned that we wanted to review budgetary numbers, they both not familiar with them, different municipalities, how to make them generous.
Don, anything?
Yeah, so in connection with that, I just added a condition under prior to issuance of building permit that in connection with drainage systems as part of the project, including any bioretention pond and related facilities, the applicant shall provide cost estimates / a budget relative to the operation and maintenance of such facilities, subject to acceptance by the town engineer and town highway superintendent relative to completeness of the same.
Great.
Does that work? Where did you put that down under?
Under after 14. So under prior issuance of the building permit.
Okay.
And Andy Sheva, is that highway superintendent?
Yep, he's our highway superintendent. Yeah. Here's the most update, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the other thing I just added in there after 20 is, because it wasn't explicitly stated, I'm assuming this is in the town's design standards, but I have added this now also, posting of any security bonds required in connection with facilities and utilities to be dedicated to the towns, all to the satisfaction of the town engineer, pretty standard. Otherwise, it remains the same as the last distribution. The proposed draft is. For Councilman ex-chair Rosiak here, just to note for you that one of the conditions under prior to certificate of occupancy is to acquire any approvals required of the town board relative to acceptance of drainage improvements into a drainage district. So that'll sort of align with what we were just talking about, the budget. You're gonna have your budget, the town board is gonna have to facilitate putting that stuff on the tax roll.
Questions? No? So I'd like to make a motion that we accept the resolution as proposed by our town clerk.
I will, just to make it a little more formal, are you asking to approve it?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
yeah, just making sure that's what you were saying.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so I would, just the title of the resolution, just read that into the record.
Oh, okay, the town amended planning board final approval for the flood site plan subdivision relative to application for the amended green subdivision revised proposal. So let's make a motion that we approve that. Oh, Earl. And a second, from Nicole,
Earl and Nicole.
okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstain? There we go, congratulations, one more step.
Thank you guys.
That's great. The next item on our agenda is general, public comment. We have no public comment. General discussion. General discussion. What are we talking about?
So your next meeting is July 20th, and that is going to be the Donaldson subdivision and site plan. It's kind of all in one. I will not be at that meeting. Michelle is going to fill in for me. It's my daughter's 10th birthday. So that is, and that was given to you at the last meeting if you, or had picked up prior, and if not, or excuse me, you had picked up prior or it's in your packet right now labeled. So there's that.
All right.
Nothing else? Well, fine.
Anybody else have anything they want to add to that? And it's 7:15, guys. Are we just gonna? Okay, then, would someone like to make a motion that we adjourn the, July 6th, planning board meeting?
Okay,
Okay,
Charlie.
Charlie, and seconded by Nicole, all in favor? Aye, any opposed?
7:15. Hold on, please.